What's up, everyone? I am Magicide. Welcome back to our Geek Fest here, playing Crusader Kings II with the Game of Thrones mod as Naathi. So the last time we left off, I recently viewed the video, but now I completely forgot what we actually did. It's been a day or two. Believe that we went to war, I think, up here somewhere, didn't we? It wasn't that one. Yeah, it was this, the Tall Trees town. That's right. We were trying to basically revoke this sub-vassal's title because he's a Summer Islander and he worships the gods of the Summer Isles. And unfortunately, we just didn't have the levy to take him out. But once we were able to actually give this province away to one of our brethren, a lot of his levy kind of disappears because it's got to go towards his liege. Right, okay, so then basically what we were going to do is we were going to just wait for my domain to increase, and I think that's, or at least recuperate, and that's where I left the video off at, and I figured I was just going to play offline, or off camera a little bit, just to do that, because I think that that'd be kind of boring for you guys to watch, just to sit around and wait for these numbers to increase. So what ended up happening is that King Conde here actually kicked the bucket. He died, and Macedor over here inherited, which is good for us because his wife is the ruler over here in the Citrus Coves. So which means that our new heir, which will be our son Daxos over here, he'll end up inheriting it, and then we'll immediately have a de jure claim on, Kone Forest here. The problem with us dying is that we actually had to throw a funeral for poor old Conde there, and that put us into a deficit. So that's where we're kind of standing out now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the epidemic map overlay, and as we can see, the Red Death is it's still sitting here. It just doesn't seem to go away. I don't really know how long this is actually supposed to last, but this is seeming quite excessive here. I'm just wondering if it's actually a bug, and since we are playing an Ironman, I can't actually go into the council to remove it. So we're just going to have to play ball with it. One other thing I wanted to mention, there was a viewer that actually pointed something out to me that I didn't even think about. I guess I just took it for granted. Was in a previous episode, we have our priest down here. The reason why either it's our priest or the court physician. One of them is actually, it's supposed to be called our maester. You know, the reason why it's not called a maester is because we are Naathi, and we are not, say, Westerosi. You know, we're not over here in Westeros where they get their maesters from. So it makes sense why when we're down here, it's not actually called a maester. You know, for some reason in my mind, I was sitting there thinking that the maesters were, I guess, global, so to speak, that everybody here had a maester of some sort of another. But I guess that would completely make sense why that wouldn't be the case. But anyways, so since our father died, I just pretty much did the funeral event option, put us in a deficit, and I paused, saved the game, and just kind of stopped from there because I figured that was a pretty significant event that we needed to actually continue on camera with. So let's go ahead and start to replace our council. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so we should start off with our seneschal here. Okay, so Jabundo here. Okay, we'll have you oversee the realm. We need a justiciar. But you look like you're going to be a commander, so I don't want you. So we'll have this guy right here. As far as fabricating claims, I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with him yet. Our new marshal, we absolutely need him to train troops. Our Lord Treasurer. So I think what we should do is probably install this man here. We'll have him collect taxes. Our new spy master. Okay, that looks good. And we need a new court physician. We have our old one here, which is good. Have him serve the court, and we need a priest, which will be this random man right there. And since he actually needs to get married and he wants to get married, let's have him. Who are you? My half sister. Princess of the Basilisk Isles. We don't want her. I don't really care. Let's do somebody with higher learning. Sure. Not you. How about you? Oh, it's probably because she has a claim, that's why. Okay, fine. Let's see here. I have a half-sister somewhere that is unmarried. Who was it? Let's see here. Okay, maybe it was you. So let's go ahead and marry her matrilineally. You have a claim on The Last Lament and Ketzalu. Where is The Last Lament? Let's actually find that out. That's a really interesting sounding name. Last Lament. Oops. Okay, how about The Last? Weird. Just Last Lament. Okay, so come on, game, work with me here. Last. There we go. Okay, so we'll go to Lordship. Okay. Sure. Let's actually do that then. Let's have her take this guy on, this kid. And I'm assuming I could probably try to push her claim. So we've got a couple people here that we could actually do. So I've got my nephew here, actually two different nephews that can claim one of these islands down here, or one of these areas. Okay, so it's actually this, not the duchy, but this province. So that might be a claim that we might want to investigate. So we got some random courtiers. We don't really care about them right now. And another random courtier. So right now, what we need to do is recuperate our money and let our levy recover. Because we can have a whole hell of a lot of troops here. We just, we've been going at it strong and pushing the frontier here with going to war. And speaking of which, I know in a previous episode I was actually planning on revoking this man's title because we don't want a Corsair Basilisk Islander to rule over here. Let's see, what else can we do? We need to change our focus. Let's see here. So I actually have the ambition to have 5 children. And my diplomacy and my stewardship are also pretty good. You know, at this point, I'm almost thinking we could probably try to up our martial score a little bit. That'll help us out with the troop situation. And I'm already gregarious. You know what? What the hell? I could go hunting, though. Let's go with war. And you're not pregnant right now, currently. So let's cancel that ambition and see what our other options are. So we have an option to fall in love. Adopt a lifestyle. Let's try to, I guess, improve our combat ability. We could try doing the See the Realm Prosper, because that makes sense since we're just going to kind of be sitting here for a little while and letting things recuperate, which would make sense. That only gives us prestige, and since I'm not going to be leading my own troops, let's do this. That actually sounds probably better for me. The other thing I did was in one of the previous wars, whoever it was ended up coming down here and sieging us down, and they managed to siege down our fort, so I ended up spending the gold to replace it. Which was nice, too, because if I remember correctly, when they actually sieged this down, when they sieged the fort down, it didn't actually give them any kind of war score, which I was actually really surprised by. So let's go ahead and set our crown focus to that. Let's take a look at our vassal situation. We only have one person that actually likes us. But I think all of these guys should be... Let's go by rank. Oops. Okay, so you're Naathi, but you have the Summer Isle gods. And the rest of you guys are just kind of sub-vassals. So anyways, let's get started here. The money lenders are here seeking repayment for King Conde's debts. Let's promise them money. Okay, so I did manage to revoke their title. Excellent. Which one was this? The Lordship of Isle of Vines. Okay, so let's pause real quick. So we're over our domain limit. This man here is a Basilisk Islander. Let's go ahead and get rid of him as well. Okay, the invitations for that funeral are going out. think the option that I took, I mean, not only did we lose a bunch of gold, but it gave us a whole bunch of piety. Or purity, I guess. The best part about preparing a feast is deciding, okay, so Yikes. Let's just spend enough money to satisfy people's hunger. Okay, so... let's take a look at our family situation. We can actually probably give one of our siblings here, like this man. Let's grant him the city. The city of Whore's Gash. Oh, wow, that is a fantastic name. Oh, wow. It's too bad it's a city. I wish it was a temple, because then it would be like something from Hellraiser. The Temple of Whore's Gash. The Order of the Gash. Since we're over our domain limits, what I could potentially do is actually give our son the control over it, but I don't really want to do that, because once he actually poops out an heir, I want to be the one that actually educates him. I could take my other son here, but where are you located, by the way? In Highgrove? You're right. Okay, so let's actually... She won't take a non-aggression pact. She certainly won't take vassalization. Yeah, let's... I actually can't give him... I can't make him landed. I think presumably because he's betrothed to her. So that's unfortunate. Let's actually go into a character finder here. Let's go my religion, my culture, gender man, and we'll go to content. So let's see what we got here. Somebody with high stewardship, please. So we have my seneschal here. You know what? You sound pretty good. Actually, I'll tell you what. Let's actually have this man get married first. How about this woman right here? She sounds pretty good. Let's have them get married, and then I'll give him the county over here. Okay, so he's going to get married. Let's grant him the lordship of the Isle of Vines. Sounds good to me. Okay, so that takes him off of the job, but I'm pretty sure I can just immediately replace him. Very good. Let's have him oversee the realm. I did have one, so we could start fabricating claims. So we have de jure claims on these two remaining isles. The unfortunate part about it is our levy hasn't completely recovered, for one. For two, we're going to get attrition for going over here and landing on the isles because they have such a low supply limit. So that'll be a 5% attrition. And then because the goddamn Red Death is still fucking here, we're going to get another 5%. So we're going to lose even more troops. I want to be able to do this in time. I mean, we're going to need to do this in time anyways. But not right now. We're going to have to figure that out later. As far as some of these other areas go, so this will be in our realm soon. We already own this because that guy's our vassal. We'll have a de jure war or claim on this guy because he's part of this duchy, this lordship over here. And then we actually have some weak claims for, I think, for two of our nephews for one of these provinces over here. The problem is they outnumber us by about 1 to 2 troops, or 1 to 2 right here. So we're not going to be able to do anything right now with these guys. That's something we're going to have to look at in a little bit. And the other thing I noticed too, excuse me, in my previous episode, I was saying looking for vassal opinions, and it turns out the too many held high lordships, and for whatever reason, it wasn't giving me this malice before when I was playing as Conde, but now it is. We actually have, what is it, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so we have 3 duchies here, so I need to actually give one of them away. Definitely not Naath. Let's see, we got the Western Isles. I actually kind of want to keep that. So let's take a look. I think I own all 3 of these places. Right. So what I could potentially do is I can give this man here a duchy. And I think I'm going to have to. So we want the Principality of the Three Snakes. Let's go ahead and do it. Actually, before I do that, let's take a look at our realm here. So we can do realm authority to high. We could also change the slavery laws, by the way. I was taking a look at that the last time, and apparently we do have the option to actually legalize slavery. But it looks like religion is one that traditionally practices slavery. Any of King Macedor's vassals is either engaged in the slave trade or is... So I don't understand why it's not giving me the option now. It did before, which was actually really surprising because, you know, being Naathi and being worshipping the god of harmony here, we would absolutely, positively never legalize slavery. But it gave me the option before. I don't know. So what I think I should do is maybe do this to high realm authority. I think that would be in our best interest at the moment. And as far as the rest of these guys, or these settings, we could potentially put down, say, our church and our city levies down to minimum to give us a little bit more of a opinion boost with these people, because the levies that they provide is actually pretty shitty. So let's actually take a look at our vassals. Most of them, I think, are mayors. Yeah. So let's go ahead, and I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to set city levies down to minimum. And this man here, Chibundo, you're going to become a deuce. So he's going to be the deuce of the Three Snakes. There you go there, Duke. All right, so enough dicking around here. Hey, some of your kin are unhappy about that you granted the lordship of Isle of Vines. Boy, that doesn't really roll off the tongue really well. To Prince Chibundo, as they were expecting to be granted the titles themselves. Well, that's too damn bad. And it looks like, wow. What do we got here? We need to get a new commander. So let's take a look. We actually have my half-brother here. Let's actually have him come here and do it. Okay, so my feast is coming in. While I was busy preparing for my feast, a troop of wandering jonglers arrived at the castle. Okay, so I can pay some money. So I guess we're going to go further into debt. And we're not making... Well, we're actually making a little bit of money here. It's going to be a while before we can actually recoup from this. Okay, so this is the funeral event. I'm not going to read it because I think we've seen it before. So he died a natural death. He was a man who was well known for their amorous adventures, despite his vows. From raping all the ladies in our dungeon, of course. He was a well-respected swordsman, being one of the more capable in history. Okay, so I gain 40 purity. Sounds good. Speaking of which, let's actually take a look. Okay, so we have no prisoners. We actually have a couple of plots here. Which is our half-brother. We could try to plot to kill him, but that ain't gonna work. Could try to imprison him. Okay, you realize that to become a great fighter, you need to get in better shape. Great path. Nearby woods that would be excellent for running. Let's go running. Let's hope we don't get assassinated. Speaking of which, where is our spy master here? She doesn't like us very much. Let's give her... not that. Can we actually replace her with somebody that likes us a bit better? We have my cousin here. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to set him to scheme in our province. Right? You are scheming, correct? I think you're one of these guys over here. Okay, sounds good. Can we actually replace him? Okay, having spent countless hours swinging your sword, it is clear your technique is getting better. You know the essence of every possible strike to utilize in a fight. So the hard training paid off. So we become a poor fighter. It's too bad we didn't actually take that ambition. But whatever, at least we got a new trait. That's good. Our guy's pretty old. He's 43. We're not going to be playing as him for very long. Our son here is going to be set to inherit, I would imagine, when he's probably maybe around 30. If I had to guess, if we don't get assassinated before then. Okay, so has requested that Master Zakan Kaitu. Okay, so he wants this sub-vassal here that I actually really wanted to revoke his title. You know what? Go ahead, man. Because I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to not become a Lord Mayor anymore, and I think he really wants this castle here so he can actually take it over and basically just be a regular regular feudal vassal instead of being a merchant republic. Okay, so how do I want to educate my ward? I don't really give a shit. She's just some random person. And speaking of which, I have my son here who's 12. Let's actually assign him a guardian. Let's do myself just in case. Alright. So we're slowly digging our way out of this debt. Okay, excellent. Wifey's pregnant. So there we go. I could have taken that ambition, or kept that ambition too. So that way we could have had our 5 children. Okay, so a son was born to somebody. Don't really care. Let's actually take a look at what's going on in Westeros at the moment. So King Aegon is definitely grown. And he's still a badass. He's got no diplomacy. He is actually married to Queen Cerise of the Iron Throne. Where are you from? You're a Reach man. Okay. Okay, you want to get married. Very well. Let's pause the game real quick. Oh, you're a giant. Absolutely. Alright, let's take a look at what's happening in the north here. Winterfell is pretty damn strong. So, Lord Eddard, the Holy of Winterfell. So, Rickon has died, Brandon has died, Arya has died, Kasana and Howland Stark. Interesting. And down here, let's take a look at what's going down here in Dorne. So we have a king down here, King Anders the Unchaste of the Stone Way. He is Stone Dornish. Euron Wood. Okay. Wow. Holy shit, man. I wasn't even paying attention. This just happened. So Mr. Aegon here has greatly expanded his realm. Wow. Okay. So it looks like King Robert died of gonorrhea from whoring, I would imagine. And his son Stefan has inherited. Okay, so we get a tithe. Excellent. So we're no longer in debt. Very good. And as far as the Summer Isles down here goes, this is getting a little spooky with the way some of these areas here are starting to come together. Okay, history is a subject that has always fascinated you, and you have spent the last few weeks studying the campaigns of the Valyrian Freehold. There are many lessons to be learned from their conquest against the old Giscari Empire. I should devote more time to studying this, so I get +1 martial. Very good. I think after we get a little bit more martial, what I might do is just switch this maybe to either hunting or just family. Okay, so my sister here, Zaquishis, has died. Just a small funeral, please. So since we're out of debt now, we're going to need to save money because we've got to pay the Iron Bank back when we actually have the cash. But our military situation is slowly getting better. Okay, call the court physician for you. Okay, so my nephew here is club-footed and he's inbred. All right. See if we can cure that. If there's anybody here that's got some inheritable traits, there is none. So let's try to year 6. How about this person right here? That's it. You needed a guardian, actually. So I'll assign you to. How about somebody that's content? We need to start making some more of these guys. Yeah, sure. Okay, so looks like my court physician has done his job, so we're going to personally praise him to the court. Get some improved relations with everybody. Sounds good. Okay, so they decided to say yes. I got a new son here, Ongwalahuru. That, let's see here. Name after father. Well, let's name him after the father. grandfather. We'll make him Conde. So Amburu here is getting fairly large. I'm fairly certain they're going to end up taking over this last province here. Where they expand from there, I don't know. I'm just hoping they don't actually come after us. How many troops does this guy actually have? Okay, he doesn't really actually have that much, but he's got a Golden Head here as an ally. I'd like to come up here and take out this area, because I'm pretty sure that they'll become my immediate... Oh, you know what? So wait a minute. Okay, so this guy has actually no packs. He's got... Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. He's got 3,600 troops. I was going to say we should immediately go to war, but I was actually looking at one of his vassals. Because I was going to say, man, if he's only got like 600 troops, I'm definitely going to go up here and install one of my family members. I think most of our... I believe most of our army is heavy infantry, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember where I can actually see the breakdown of this. Wouldn't be here. So if we just take a look at our... Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be heavy infantry. Let's go ahead and do heavy foot. I'd prefer if I actually had like something better, like siege leader, or I don't know, flanker or inspiring commander or something. I'm not going to actually lead any battles with this guy anyways, but I mean, unless of course he was a siege leader. If he was a siege leader, then absolutely. Alright, so I'm going to form an alliance with my wife here. Okay, so Olu Jondo here can hardly eat anything, and he's turning fat. Let's make him become temperate. So wifey here should say yes to an alliance proposal, I would imagine. Okay, so she says yes. Good. Alright, let's try forming alliance with some of these other guys. They say no. They say no. Alright, man, I wish I could just turn that stupid pop-up off. It sucks. Okay, so my nephew here, who's attractive and a family person, needs to get married and a guardian. So we've got an 8-year-old quick lady here. Oh, we've even got a 7-year-old. Right, so let's go with her. That sounds good, and you need a guardian. So... Oops, wrong person. Wrong selection here. Let's go with somebody that's got high martial, like this man here. He's got good traits. He's Naathi, and he's got our religion. So let's go ahead and do that. It is rumored that a great warrior from a distant east is currently... Okay, so we're going to get this event chain again, where somebody from, like, Yi is going to come around and improve our martial score. And speaking of which, since we've got the levy reinforcement rate, which is really good, that'll help us get some more troops. Because I'm saying, man, we get up to our levy limit here, we're in definitely some good shape. Yeah, so they're getting significant depopulation because of this Red Death shit that's still over here. And again, I'll say it one more time, that I'm just really, really surprised that it has not jumped from this island to here. I don't even think this island has it. It does not. I don't even know how this island is free from the disease. Or how about this place? This place doesn't even have it. Okay, so I can actually try to imprison him. Okay, my steward wants to hire ruffians to bully the peasants who are not paying their taxes. Yeah, well, we need the gold here, so let's go ahead and do it. I don't really care about the little bit of revolt risk. As long as the Red Death doesn't actually touch Naath, I'm okay with it. I just want this shit to go away. I swear to God, it's got to be a bug, because it doesn't make sense that it's not actually hitting this island here and then continuing to spread. So that's what I'm assuming is going on. It's just sticking around because of that. It has nowhere else to go, but wow, it's just ridiculous. The other thing, too, is that once we get the option to actually start colonizing, I mean, assuming that we actually have the money to, you know, we're going to always be facing that problem. So it would seem. Let's go ahead and repay our loan right away. We absolutely want to get that out of our way. Okay, so he expressed a desire to get married. There was somebody here that was quick, if I'm not mistaken. I guess I don't get the same option. Yeah, sure. Okay, I believe that one of your vassals, yes. Ask him pretty please, so he can not be in the faction. Do not speak to me of obligations and duties. I may be your vassal, but that does not make me your slave. I am within my full right to associate with whichever faction I wish. Okay, so since we have a chance to actually imprison him, let's just go ahead and do it. All right, so awesome. What we're going to do... What we could potentially do... Does he actually have any children? No. So... if I exile him, right? No. I don't want his heir, this heir, to actually get that island. So, if I revoked his title, let's go ahead and do it. And let's actually, there is this sub-vassal here who's got not too many troops, and I can easily overwhelm him. Let's actually revoke his title too. It's going to make all of our vassals hate us, but it's going to be for our benefit. Okay, so he's going to fight us again. Let's put our brother here under a house arrest real quick, and actually... let's see here. Where's our prisoner? So my daughter-in-law wants to kill one of my bodyguards. Okay, so what can I actually do with him? I don't really want to call him for trial. Or maybe I should. But there's a possibility I think I lose a bunch of prestige if I lose it. Let's not do that. So we actually... Let's call our one ally, our wife, into the war. And since we're at war now, we can actually take the win the war ambition. But unfortunately, I canceled out our see the realm prosper. So anyways, let's raise our troops. We need to actually stand him down. Okay, I think there was somebody in the Paradox forums, somebody at Paradox said if you hold... Actually, I forgot to do the ships here, so let's go ahead and do those. It said something like if you did like shift V. There we go, puts them all on the ships. Excellent. All right, so let's send our troops this way. Oh, looks like Golden Head here. He's got a peasant revolt. Nope, somebody else's claim. Okay, so our ally said yes. That's promising. And looks like, what do we got here? We need to replace a commander. Very well. Okay, how about this random courtier here? Alright, let's actually take all of our ships here and just straight up land them. Oh, please don't tell me that's the case. I don't have enough troops here to siege them down. That is some bullshit. I probably can with these guys. So let's actually group up our ships here. Can we set our allies? Order ally to siege. Yeah. Okay. Wait, so there's like this little thing in the background here. Yes. Siege it down. Come on. Come to me. That's right. I need those troops. Desperately. Please tell me I have enough. Oh, I'm just so short. Oh, man. Okay, so I only need a small amount of troops. So what do we got here? Let's go by cost. You guys are just ships, so we don't want you. So we can take the second sons here, which is going to cost us 50 gold, so which means we're going to have to take another goddamn loan out. Let's borrow 100 bucks. Go back to the military and take a look-see. So we can actually get, for you guys cost, the Stormcrows here, I get less troops, but you guys also cost less a month. Or I can get more troops. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just get the higher amount of troops. And take our ships down here, and then we're going to pick these guys up and go over there and raffle stomp them. Okay, after a long search for the fabled warrior, so I can pay 50 gold to pay the old man's tab, but we don't have the money for doing that. So we actually need another commander. They just keep dying on me. So what we'll do is we'll have... Yep, okay, I don't think... Right, you weren't one of my council members, correct? You were not. Okay, good. Alright, so we're actually going to turn that off. I always hate that. I never need help managing my own titles, thank you. Alright, men. Let's go and do our business here. It's good that I actually formed the alliance with my wife over here, because those troops are definitely going to come in handy. Alright, so our cousin, our spymaster cousin, needs to get married. Anybody with inheritable traits this time, negative. Since you have a high intrigue score, let's get you married to somebody that goes along with that theme. Okay, so let's group up our troops here. So I only need to actually attack this one holding here, and even though we're going to be losing money, we'll be able to do it in time. We get 4.4% every 12 days, so it's going to be a little while, but that's okay. Alright, so I gain a stewardship and some martial. Fantastic. It'd be even better if, you know, that solved our domain problem here. Okay, our sister, Jaja Deluxe, has died. Let's just give her a small private funeral, please. I would probably actually pay to have them have a better funeral, but we need to keep the drawstring to our purse pretty tight-fisted, tightly wound. You know, at some point, I suppose I could probably start to actually invite people into our court, because we actually have a pretty terrible Lord Treasurer here. Actually, you know what? Maybe we should do that. Right, first of all, okay, so we've got a cousin here that needs to get married. Let's pause the game real quick. Let's actually have her matrilinially get married to... How about my nephew and my cousin? Sure. Oh, actually, you are so old, though, you're never going to actually produce kids with him. So, how about this? How about Azak here? That sounds good to me. Alright, so anyways, let's go in here, and what we'll do is we'll set this by any. We want somebody that isn't married, and I don't really care about where is any religion, any culture, and we want join court. Yes. Okay, so we can invite this man here. We should probably do it. Let's, where are you? Invite to court, please. And we'll take this other guy here just in case. That looks good to me. Alright, let's unpause. When these guys say yes, I'll install them. Or install the one guy anyways. Okay, so we get one guy and we get the other dude. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see, it was my Lord Treasurer. And we'll have this man here become our new treasurer. And we'll have him collect taxes. And he actually likes us, which is even better. So our new Lord Treasurer, you actually have the desire to get married, so let's actually do that right away. You're 40. How about this person here? No. How about my sister? Wait, we don't want that. I don't want to lose any prestige. How about this 24-year-old? You want to do that? Let's do that. Alright. Looks good to me. So what I'm going to do here is, once I'm finished sieging this down, I'm going to give the city away to a vassal, which will should make the actual barony a top holding. Or actually, I think maybe I actually have to click on it and do it, make it the top holding. I believe that's the way it works. At least I think so, anyways. Okay, one of my vassals. Right, let's obligate the vassal to stop being in a faction. Okay, so he's saying no already. I just installed him as a duke. At first as a count and then as a duke. Okay, so we have the dude. So let's let him rot in. Before we actually sign the peace deal, let's go into our prisoner tab here and ransom him off so we can get the extra cash. As far as my half-brother here, I'm actually... Okay, so I can get a whole bunch of gold from exiling him. Let's go ahead and do it. So I'm just waiting for... Awesome. So he says he will indeed ransom. So we already won the war. Well, let's go ahead and do that. Alright, and stand everybody down, please. And unfortunately, I'm going to have these like event troops just kind of sitting around for the moment. Okay, so what we want to do... I don't want to make that my capital. There was isn't there an option here to actually... Okay, that's right. I got to revoke his title. That's why. But I can't because he's got a goddamn truce. So how long is the truce good for? So for 10 years. You're out of your mind. So I could keep this kid in my dungeon, and in 10 years' time I can revoke his title. Or I could try to kill him, but then that would just install her, and then I could potentially would have to go to war again to revoke their titles. That's really stupid, since I actually went to war with him to revoke his fucking title. It should automatically happen, right? Because that's the whole reason why I went to war with him. Well, actually, didn't he pay to get out of my dungeon? Wasn't that the way it worked? So I can execute him. So this is my problem, is if he dies, then she'll end up inheriting it. And then I'm going to presume that if she inherits it and I try to take it away from her, she might just raise her flags for war. So the big question is, what do I do in this situation, in this scenario? Should I just keep him in my dungeon? Or what? Because if where is this guy? God damn it. So if she takes over, then she has no heirs. So if I try to plot to kill her, let's actually do that. Let's go to my plots, just auto-invite everybody. Okay, well, it was so high, I don't really need to do that. We've got that one prisoner. I don't really know what to do. I think I should just keep him in my dungeons. Anyways, let's pick our ambition here to... sure, we'll just try to fall in love, I guess. What the hell? And since we're getting up there in age, I'm thinking it's pretty nigh time to change our focus, but we've got a couple years before we can actually do it. That really sucks. I should be able to do it. I'm just curious, if I end up killing this woman off, then he won't have an heir. So we're gonna see what happens, because if she dies and he has no legal heir and it automatically reverts to me, then I'm cool with that. Okay, so I got a whole bunch. Naked forest. Who are you? You're my courtier. I don't care, but these guys are the ones that I'm looking at here? You know, I think after I'm finished with this episode, I'm gonna have to turn this off. This is ridiculous because I don't want to keep getting interrupted by those. I mean, it's awful that the Red Death is just kind of sticking around like this, but there's nothing I can do about it. You know, with our one ally, we could almost potentially go to war with this guy. He's got almost 3,500 troops. I don't have quite that many quite yet, but soon I will. Okay, loyal servants, recognition from rewards time to time. So this guy wants the lordship of talent. You're out of your mind, dude. You greedy bastard. Actually, let's take a look at our vassals real quick. I'm pretty sure they all hate our guts. Yep. Okay, so it looks like our plot is gonna fire off. Very good. He says he's currently enjoying the hospitality of some random prince. Okay. Give me the prestige. Oh, speaking of which, what we need to do is actually repay our loan. Excellent! Okay, so I inherited... Okay, so it worked out. It worked out to our favor here. So she died. We inherited it. Therefore, it falls on you to settle the inheritance. So who is this guy? He's just a random courtier. No, it's going to revert to the king there, buddy boys. So where was I? What was I doing here? Oh, that's right. I was going to repay the loan. Let's pause the game just real fast here. We actually need to sort some things out. Okay, so since she died, do I actually still have that kid as my prisoner? I do not. Alright, so... So I'm not getting... Okay, excellent. So that actually ends up becoming the top holding. So what we'll do... Let's take a look at my family members here. It looks like I have this guy here. Let's... Why am I not able... Because you guys are in, what, other people's courts? I'm thinking that's probably what it is. Okay, very well. So what we'll do is we'll go to find characters, we'll go to my religion, my culture, married, I don't care about that. Let's go to content. Wow, this guy is pretty fantastic, but I'm... Actually, why don't we give this guy the city, right? And then we'll pick somebody here that has higher stewardship. Some of you guys suck. You're blind from age. So I think what we need to do here, before I do this, let's actually employ a new courtier. Let's get somebody that's good with coin, and he's excellent. Let's actually take a look at our own dudes here. So we could replace him. Why don't we go ahead and do that? Actually, we are just going to grant him a landed title. We're going to give him the Lordship of Tall Trees. So he'll become our vassal. And then we'll go ahead and appoint him. And have him oversee the realm. And is there anybody else here? Okay, this man hates me. Because I'm a foreigner. I denied his inheritance. Okay, I can make... Okay, never mind. I'm just going to keep it as is. I'm assuming I can do a bodyguard and a commander. Fine. You look good, and I need a bodyguard. So we'll take this person here. King's Justice. So what does this actually do? The Royal Executioner. How about we do it by rank? How about that? Is that possible? Can we do it by rank? Okay, so it's just random courtiers. Okay, fine. Then we'll do the guy here. We'll do him. High Admiral. Responsible for the realm ships and head of the navy. Duties as a counselor include arranging for the maintenance of warships. Okay, so I guess what we want is I guess we could take my half brother here. Let's have him like us a little bit more. And since we're done screwing around with that. Okay, some of your kin are unhappy that I granted it. Yeah, well, tough titties. Alright, so the Dothraki have... Looks like they have consolidated once more to form the Dothraki Sea. They're still pretty damn big. I don't think they were as big as they were before, but I really haven't honestly been paying attention to them. And since we actually have money now, I think let's take a look at our holdings here. Okay, so I believe that one of your vassals can be discouraged, which is going to be my seneschal here. Let's have him ask politely, since he likes us. Okay, that sucks. He says no. I can do basic defenses and improve my barracks. I think I'm just going to chill right now. I think our best plan here is just to make money and keep making money as much as possible. You know, one of the things that is really killing us here is the fact that since the Red Death is still sticking around this area, it's depopulating everywhere. And I'm assuming since it has that the huge depopulation muckety-muck stuff is one of the reasons why we're not getting paid any money. Okay, sure, let's go ahead and give him some cash. What I'm kind of wondering here is, should I go ahead and just build the refuges here? How much do they cost? Holy shit, they're 100 gold. I'm not sure if that's going to actually do anything, because it just does disease resistance. Right. Okay, so we actually have an idle council member here, which is my spy master. We're going to have him continue to scheme. Oh yeah. Oops, I completely forgot to do that. We actually want my priest here to proselytize. And actually, can I replace him with somebody better? I can, but yes, let's have this woman down here. She's got a slightly better score. And we'll have you proselytize there. That's right, I probably should have been paying attention to that. We're still trying to convert our other islands here, the Basilisk Isles. And speaking of which, I'm actually thinking about changing our main title, the Kingdom of the Basilisk Isles. I want to change it to something a little bit more clever sounding. I haven't really decided it yet, but then again, I really haven't given it too much thought. You know, I'm really curious. So Death Isle is making some money. Actually, okay, so we can master one of the disciplines. We can be a Lightfoot leader or a cavalry leader. Let's do a Lightfoot leader, I guess. So we can imprison one of our vassals, but it'll increase our tyranny. We don't want to do that. I'm trying not to be tyrannical here. I'm really not. Okay, so the Isle of Flies here is not making any money. Let's try to build a refuge here. I'm wondering if that's going to actually do anything as far as the Red Death here. I mean, it's only 100 gold. Let's experiment. Let's see if it actually improves anything. She desires to get married. Very well. Let's have you... do you actually have a claim? You do have a weak claim. Okay, so you have a claim on my shit. Prince Conde here actually needs to get married, but you're 36. How about my nephew here? And as far as my son goes, my one son here, let's actually marry him off. So we got a 10-year-old quick child. Very good. I think that's probably what we'll do. And as far as our other kid here, you're married, okay, and you're still 3 years old, okay. And it's... Ooh, try to convince me to join her vile heresy. Demand reconversion. Damn it. I am a righteous believer. Okay. So wait a minute. Just out of curiosity. Okay. How are these people flipping goddamn cultures like this? Okay, so she just died. She just kicked the bucket. So we need to marry this man off with somebody. I don't really care. You're attractive. How about you? No? Matrilineally, sure. When was the next time I can actually change my laws? It's going to be 8341, so we got about another 5 years, give or take. Fine with me. And as far as our inheritance laws, that's fine and dandy with me. Alright, so I have a nephew here who's strong. That's great. And you need a guardian. Let me just take a little look-see here. Do I have any other available people here? I have nobody suitable. You're 6 years old. Let's do somebody with a claim. That sounds good to me. And you need to be educated. Let's actually try to make him a commander. Like this man here. That looks good to me. So what we're going to do is after the refuge, I think I was building it here, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Okay, so once that's done building, I'm going to actually see if this improves the situation here, because they're not making any money from the Isle of Flies, and they're providing us with such little levy. That's actually really hurting us right now. There's this significant depopulation from the Red Death, is that we could have a whole hell of a lot more troops, but this is shit. Okay, Kawasdo has arrested an armed man with ragged armor and spotty horse. He says that the man claims to be a hedge knight. My chief general... Let's go ahead and just get the paddy and piss him off a little bit. There's somebody else here that can get arrested. So let's actually take a look at our troops. So we've got actually quite a bit here. So we've got, say, almost like 4,000. Say about 4,200. And let's take a look at these guys. These guys are, oh, wow. Excellent. Okay. So this guy's actually fighting a claim here, and he has less troops. He's only got one pack. Let's actually declare war on this guy. So if I do this, since we are of the same dynasty, he'll become a vassal of mine. So let's actually take a look at Punxsutawney here. So he's sick. What about the other guy? The kid. What about this guy? Bapato. Okay, he's strong. Let's actually do him, since he's my other nephew. Yes. Okay. So let's call our allies into war. Let's go ahead and raise all of our troops. Okay, so put you all in ships. Let's do the same thing with you. So, oops. Alright, so we're gonna consolidate all of our troops to come here to Tall Trees Town, and then we're gonna come up here and hope to win, because he's fighting a war and he's really losing badly here. So I need to be quick about this. Okay, so I want my ally to focus on sieging this area down, please. Okay, so I got a couple more straggler ships here that are about to arrive. Come on, hurry up! Hurry! Excellent. Okay, so let's merge our troops. So you are an inspiring leader. Put you on the side and put you on the other flank here. And let's actually merge these guys up. My ships. Why am I getting two? Oh. Okay. Let's move our troops into position here. Okay, so what we need to do... Okay, so Lord Zandal Zanando of the Tall Trees is trying to seeks to kidnap somebody. Whatever. I don't care. Just want to win the war. Oop, let's merge our troops here. Okay, he expressed a desire to get married because my sister here died. Okay, let's find him somebody nice then. He is attractive. Do I have anybody worth your time? How about this? No, you're stupid. So how about this woman here? That looks good to me. Smash you in the face. Die. Okay, I'm just gonna assault this. I mean, absolutely. Wow. Okay, do it again. One more time, please. Thank you. Okay, you know what? I thought I set this to pause the game. Since we won the war, offer the peace. Please. And thank you. Okay, so let's go over here and park our ships here. So now our nephew here is our new vassal. Because we did the claim here. Okay, let's take a look at our other weak claims. They're just random courtiers, right? They're not married to anybody special. So I'm not going to press their claims. Okay, so what do we got here? We got a random courtier who's not married to... I could actually... Can I marry you to one of my children, to my nephew here? Not matrilineally. We don't want that. Okay, so they would only take it if I did it that way, and I don't want to do it that way. So the rest of these are not worth our time. We are definitely consolidating our power here, or pretty damn good. You know what I should do is probably stand down my own fleet, and let's sail these guys home straight back to Naathi. I don't know where these special event troops came from. I inherited them after a war. Like there was like one of these islands over here. It was like after the war happened, like they had some sort of special event troops, and then once I ended up conquering the area and getting those the province in question, I inherited those troops. And there were a few more of them, but they most of them have perished in wars and whatnot. Okay, actually, let's have this come over and be in the middle. Okay, and I'll have you resign if you would, please. Okay, my courtier has approached me about her Gods of Summer Isle beliefs. So, if I took... This is my question. If we got out of the God of Harmony religion, which I don't care which religion I get, I just want to get out of this, because this is god-awful. And if I switch to her religion, let's actually take a look at it. Okay. The people of the Summer Isles worship life and love. Among their deities is a fertility goddess with 16 breasts, and the act of lovemaking is considered a sacred art. So priests can inherit titles, women may own temple holdings, there is no religious head, and is a traditional anti-slavery religion. Okay, that works for me. The God of Harmony has the same thing with the priests. Much lower chance of provincial revolts. Okay, large bonuses to all vassal opinions. Rulers can hold larger domains. Rulers cannot declare holy wars. There is no religious head. Anti-slavery and traditionally pacifist. So it's obviously a trade-off here. If we end up going with the Gods of the Summer Isles, we're going to lose our domain boost, and we're going to lose that opinion boost from all of our vassals. But every time we go to war, we're never going to get that shitty pop-up that just completely takes away from our prestige and our piety. And quite frankly, I just don't think it's worth it. If I'm going to convert to something, I want to convert to something that's actually a bit better. I just don't think that the Gods of the Summer Isles are actually worth my time. Our moral authority there sucks, though. You know what? Out of curiosity, let's take a look. So that's our religious sites down here, right? So what about the Gods of the Summer Isles? Where are your holy sites? Your holy sites are all over here. So that's a Corsair. Okay, so you guys, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there it is. It's one of these little islands. They actually have a better moral authority, though, and that'll actually help me convert. The question becomes, should I declare war or should I convert? Man, this is tough. I don't know what to do here. Boy, that's really tough. I don't really know. It's not that great of a religion, but they have a higher moral authority right now, which isn't to say that we can't increase our moral authority, but we have to actually start taking some of these other holy sites, and they're all in the colonizable areas. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to decline. And since you're actually spreading your fucking religion, because you're a zealot, so let's actually throw her into dungeons. And what we're gonna do here? Why can't I visit her chambers? She. Am I? Oh, it's because I'm chaste. I can't do it. Well then, I can exile her. Let's exile her. I don't really need her in my realm, causing me all that trouble. You know what? So after that war, we've done really well for ourselves. Our wifey here has the citrus groves. That means that our heir is going to inherit this. This has caused us some problems, but we got that sorted out. We're all good to go here. So he's our vassal, and then we installed our one nephew over here in Jahar, and he's our vassal. So pretty much, when Macedor here kicks the bucket, we'll be able to form this duchy here and go to war with Kone Forest. And then as far as this area up here, let's actually take a look. The Principality of the Last Lament. So what we're going to need to do here is target one of these guys. And speaking of which, what we should probably do here is probably fabricate a claim on one of these areas. I'm thinking this one would probably be in our better interest to do. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's fabricate a claim up here to the Last Lament. What I'm trying to do here is I just want to consolidate this area. I just want to conquer it, and I want to make sure that some of these other guys like Golden Head here and Amburu are really starting to become big and starting to become potential rivals, I suppose. You know, I'm not really worried about the east area over here, since this is already part of the kingdom. I already have de jure claims on all of these two remaining islands, and I actually, if I wanted to right now, I could just go over there and declare war on them and go ahead and take care of business, which I probably should. I think I'm going to actually save that for a later episode, probably the next. But I'm really just trying to play the game of denial. I mean, I guess that's the best way of saying it. It's not so much that I want it, I just don't want them to have it. Although, if we go here, the Empire of the Summer Sea includes all of these southern areas, including my kingdom and this kingdom. But anyways, I'm going to call it off from here. We've been playing for quite a while. I think I need to take a break. Thank you very much for joining me. It's been a very productive episode or episodes. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to cut it up into two or just going to have one really long episode. Haven't decided yet. But anyways, thank you very much for joining me. It's been fun. Look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode. Have a good one and take care.